Hey everyone, it's David here. So I want to talk to you today about a successful follow-up and what is a successful follow-up. So you cold call someone and you get a yes on a deal and you email them the contracts and you never hear from them again. I don't know how many people that's happened to. It's happened to me a few times. So what are the chances that I can get my contracts back from my client and what are the successes? So let me just say, as I get into this, that most of the mistakes I see in this business are that people will then hide behind electronic communication. They say, okay, great. I've gotten a yes on a deal. I'm going to go ahead and email the contracts. And then they follow up by email and ask for important information only by email and hide behind email and wonder why the contract never has made it back. So I know in this business, unfortunately, there's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of people that call that say they can do something that they can't. There's a lot of people that want signatures and false information. They say you have something, they want you to send money, and you send them an email and then you hide behind that email. So email should not be your primary communication. Definitely can be communication, definitely can be used, but it should not be the way to ease your client into a deal. So I put here, it should only be used to a certain degree. Do not use this as the main way of communication. You can send over contracts. You should follow them up with a phone call. And typically, when I speak with a client and it's Monday, I'll say, okay, I'm going to have the contracts to you within a few hours. What is the best time for me to follow up with you? And if they say 1 o'clock, I'll say, okay, it's Monday. I want you to have a day to look at the contracts. Can I follow up with you Wednesday at 1 p.m.? If they say yes, I'll then say, what is the best number to contact you and contact you at? Or is this the best number I'm talking to you on to contact you at? Just to make sure that I'm contacting them at the right number. I don't say, can I call this number? Can I do this? I usually just say, what is the best number to contact you? Or is this the best number? Again, I'm leading the conversation. A few videos ago, I talked about the straight line method. I'm using the straight line method and controlling the conversation and the outcome here. Okay, this email should not be your personal touch. You will not build trust with your client on email. In fact, if anything, you're going to hide behind it and it's going to scare them. You can update your client, but again, it should only be one of your methods of communication. And what I mean by that is, like, right now, one of my deals I have is a tax overage, and this particular state, you have a 120-day waiting period after the overage comes to the county before you can collect it. So I'm emailing my client, contracts have been turned in, this is happening, we're waiting until this date, and then just an occasional email just so they know. And for right now, that's good. Within maybe occasional phone call, like the other day I gave one that just said, hey, I just want to let you know we're still up to date with it and everything's following along and moving along nicely, just so they know. Because for them, they've assigned my corporation the funds and they're a little uneasy, and I get it. The F-bomb comes into play and should be used in every method. Now, this got used in Warriors recently, and it's called the F-bomb. And I asked everyone, what's the F-bomb? What does it mean? Because everyone was using it. They're like, yeah, do the F-bomb, do the F-bomb. The F-bomb is actually, the Warriors have named that the follow-up method, and they call it the F-bomb. You have to have this in your business. So you have to know how to be able to effectively follow up. So communication with your client, you call them and you get that initial yes. You need to call them again. Okay, a phone call is good. I gave a video a couple videos ago on the straight line method about keeping your clients on the straight line. You call them, you talk to them, you explain the process. And what I say to them is, okay, I'm going to send you 2 contracts. The first one's an assignment of interest. This is going to give my corporation permission to collect the funds. I then go over what that contract does and what it means. I then do a contingency agreement. This basically is the agreement between you and my corporation, and the percentages will break down, and this agreement will be held up and will be the way how both get paid. Most of my clients are good with that. I do have testimonials. A greeting card goes a long way. You send them a little note with blue ink, tends to work the best. Put it in an invitation style envelope. Hey, Mr. Smith, this is David. I just want to say that I really enjoyed speaking with you. I look forward to working with you and seeing you get paid. Let me know if you have any questions along the process, and we'll be talking later. Something like that. It just goes a long way. And again, send the clients the contracts electronically. That's fine. but don't rely on electronic communication as the only way. Because so many people, and I know I said this earlier, they make that first phone call. They do a great job of making that initial contact with your client, but then they never follow up with them the correct method, F-bomb method, I should say, and it kills the deal. I hope this helps. Again, a little greeting card, phone calls, and guiding your client through the process. You're going to have to say, hey, I'm going to need to get back on the phone with you. I need to make sure you understand the contracts. I need to make sure we get these signed. When would be a good time for me to follow up? I try to keep it within a couple days. Now, last Friday, I got a overage from a tax overage, and the lady's a little unhappy about it. Her and her husband. She said, go ahead and send the contracts. I said, when would be the best time for me to follow up with you? She said, can you call me back next week on Friday? I would have rather her said Monday or Tuesday, because it's like, wow, a whole week. But I'm not going to say, oh, no, it has to be within 48 hours. I mean, she's going to tell me to go get lost. But this is keeping your clients on the right path. Some of your clients are going to be real direct and real upfront with you, and they're going to say, you know what, they're the ones, and this is how I am with cold calls. I want to know the details, what's in it for me, what's required of me, and I want you to get right to the point. I don't want, hi, how are you, and how your day's going. I care less. Other people don't want your business, but they don't want to tell you they don't want your business, and they're going to have that little friendship, hi, how are you, and they're going to try to steer you different directions. And this is where you have to be professional, and you can't say, oh, no, we have to go back on that straight line, but just say, oh, that's great, I'm really excited. Okay, let's get back on these funds that you have, and that I'd like to be able to work with you, and with your permission, move forward and get them back on that straight line method. That kind of communication with your client will go so much further than beginning to side talk with them, and then you feel like they're your buddy, and then you never hear from them again. You have to establish that connection with them that shows that you're the professional, and really establish that authority. Hey, everyone, I hope this helps. I appreciate all the feedback and comments and emails I'm getting on these videos. Feel free to ask me. This is just one of the major glitches, and I hope this helps. The F-bomb, remember it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.